Looking at packets on the wire is always fun and exciting. If you're interested in doing that, and specifically looking at VXLAN on the wire, stick around. Let's get into it. This is a lab from our previous video illustrating the lab builder tool. I already set up all the control planes, BGP, EVPN, VXLAN. We validated the data plane by sending some ICMP or ping traffic across the fabric here from edge to edge, going across the leaves, across the spine to the other leaf. I'm going to load that up here in just a second, but before I do that, let's get our capture going. This is running, I'm inside of a multi-pass VM right now. I'll just pop back out. You can see multi-pass. I'm just shelling into Lab Builder. Now that I'm inside of here, this is just running a bunch of containers. We can print out those containers here. On the host, this is all just network namespaces. So if you were to look at the network namespaces here, there they are. I'm going to run a command that just says I want to look at all of the packets using TCP dump on a particular interface. Now, TCP dump wasn't actually in the VM, so if you wanted to download it, you could say apk add and then TCP dump. I've already got it, this would be inside the container. So you would drop into, actually I've already loaded onto one. Let me show you on another. So I added it to leaf one just for illustrative purposes. You could drop into a shell here and you could do apk add actually first you could try to use TCP dump, right? Let's say I want to take a look at packets on eth1, not found. Apk add TCP dump, it'll quickly install it. Now I can grab packets on the wire. All right, let's jump out of here. Let's see. Here we go. I just preload the command. We're using that network namespace. We're executing a command onto one of the leaf nodes. We're going to run TCP dump. We want to look on eth1, and I'll show you why eth1. Actually, I'll do it now. So if we run again that IP network namespace for this container and say IPL. Oops. Can't quite remember the syntax. Actually, I'm way overthinking that. It would be the same exact command, except here we would just run IP list. And we want eth1 because eth1 goes to the spine. If we were to do it on the edge, we wouldn't get the VXLAN encapsulation. Sorry, I totally bossed that all up, but you know, there it is. Let's come back over here. We'll run the actual capture command now. We're grabbing data on eth1. I'm just going to fire up the capture. We're listening. We don't want to send 3 packets. We'll just do one on the edge, not the leaf. Edge. Let's make sure we're on the leaf node. Yep. All right. I'm going to send just 1 packet. 0 loss, 1 packet received. I'll kill the capture. There's a multi-pass transfer command, or else I would just SCP it. But I have to generate a key, push it out to the device. This is a little easier. So we'll say multi-pass transfer, lab builder. Where did I put this? And we called it test.pcap. I'll call it the same thing and just dump it right here. There it is. We'll open test.pcap. Let's see, where is it going to open? Here we go. Let me actually put it. Oh, we got some BGP traffic too. I'm going to stick it in that same, whoops, my fingers. There we go. Put it in the same desktop as our lab. Before we actually look at some of the packets, let's come back to the Y section. Let's open up the VXLAN RFC and let's take a look and see if indeed it does match the spec. So here's our ICMP packet. I just pulled the problem statement. We actually want to go to the frame format. All right, so VXLAN header. VXLAN header, here we go. Let's see. So the segment ID, it says that it's a 24-bit value. Okay, well here's the VNI. Let's see. Ooh, let me click on it. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3 bytes. Well, 3 times 8 is 24. Well, that's right. And yeah, 100, that's what we configured. It's got some reserved fields. There we go. It says the reserved field is just a bits. There we go, we got a byte. It says that it uses outer UDP port 4789. Well, if we take a look at the UDP here, we don't even need to go inside the packet, 4789. Cool. So you can take a look at the RFC, see if that corresponds to the Wireshark capture. And you can see here too, our ICMP message is encapsulated in an IP packet. There's the outer Ethernet, and then we've wrapped all that up into a VXLAN header, which is wrapped up in a UDP datagram wrapped inside of an IP protocol, and then Ethernet gets added and stripped out, at each layer 3 boundary here. That's how to get a Wireshark capture using multipass, container lab, taking a look specifically at VXLAN. Hope this video was useful. You learned something, maybe some syntax. I'll post the repository so you can play around with the lab into the video. It's in the other videos associated with the same project. If you've got any questions, hit me up. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.